How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here with another rousing round of open cart surgery. It's a video series I've been doing for a while where people send me broken games or they gift them to me at conventions and I try to get them working again the best way I can. Now I don't have a tech background or engineering degree, I've just been doing the same stuff I've been doing since the 90s to get these games working again. Oftentimes it's just cleaning them, but if I have to pull out the soldering iron, I'm not above doing that either. I found this at the bottom of my suitcase the other day and I was like, oh yeah, somebody handed this to me in hopes to get it working. And is there a How do you present Game Boy games on YouTube? Like this, maybe? Maybe you have to like palm it like your Power Rangers or something, I don't know. Anyway, this game's not working and we're gonna see if we can get it working. My success rate with Game Boy is pretty nil. Only a couple of times from all the Game Boy games I've tried to fix, so we'll see what we can do anyway. And for the first time in open cart surgery history, I'm gonna use my analog pocket. Now I actually haven't even done a video on this yet, but I'm already using it, I'm using it. So while we have it, may as well see if we can get it working. To prove that the analog pocket is working, well right now it's running Pokemon Silver there. So that's what it looks like when it's working. And if it doesn't work, it's gonna give you an error screen. I'll show you what that looks like now. I mean, if you pull it out, it's gonna give you an error anyway, right? Yeah. Pop in Hunt for Red October. Yeah, it says error right there. Main menu, quit game, confirm that you want to quit, and play this cartridge. There you go. And that's what it looks like when it doesn't work. So let's try licking it first and see if it works. We're not actually going to lick it, we're just going to clean it. First thing I like to do is try these 1-up cards. Q-tips and rubbing alcohol would work fine too, but these are nice because they fit right into your games, and this one actually features me on it. Look at that. If you need your own John Riggs 1-up cards, I got a link in the description below. This one happens to be signed because I sell signed ones on Whatnot sometimes, but I won't sell this one, I'm just going to use it. So fluid side, now I have this little droppy thingy, squirty device, which is also from the 1-up card. You don't need, I mean, you can just use an eyedropper or whatever. Any rubbing alcohol should be fine. I mean, at least 91%. And again, yeah, I mean, it's the perfect size to fit right in there, but you're not going to get a whole lot done by putting the whole thing in there. You can kind of do a little bit of that, I guess, but I like to have a little friction, which people probably tell you don't. Well. All right, well, let's try that. Any luck? Wakey, wakey. And play cartridge. Error. Damn. I mean, it's not an imposition to open it up. It's just a single screw in the back. It's the same screw that they use for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, 64 as well. There's a little tilt shift. Like that. Just a little bit. Just like that. How long has it been? There we go. And if you're curious, here's what a Game Boy game looks like. And it looks fine. You can pop this out of there if you'd like. See, there's nothing on the other side because all the information, all the pins, are just on that one side. Unlike Nintendo, Super Nintendo, 64, where it's like you have, stuff on both sides. It's just that one side here. And we can try the Bright Boy since we're here. This stuff's called Bright Boy. Not sponsored or endorsed, but it does work, I think. I prefer it over Brasso because it doesn't leave that weird white residue. However, after doing anything with any kind of gunk, you definitely want to clean it afterwards because the last thing you want, even if you can't see it on there, it's still on there. And when you put that on there into your console, especially something like an analog pocket, it could be permanently damaging. So I will just do a little bit, goes a long way with this thing. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just kind of rubbing it in on one side. I'm going to kind of buff it out with the clean side of the Q-tip here. It doesn't even have to be Q-tip. It can be the Great Harvest off-brand, but Q-tips are always on sale, so. And we always have some here at our house. We got to have a bunch of them for my makeup tutorials, naturally, right? Okay. You do not have to whistle into it, by the way. I'm constantly whistling. So, oh, you know what? Since it's already out and everything, let me do the 1-up card as well. I can really... This was, again, gifted to me at a convention, and you can find me at several conventions coming up. First weekend of August, I'm going to be at Game On Expo in Phoenix. Second weekend of August, I'm going to be at Long Island Retro Gaming Expo in Long Island in New York. Back-to-back weekends. Find me at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Second weekend of October. The last weekend of October, I'll be in Nashville, Tennessee for the first time for Music City Multicon. And really rad weekend in Destin, Florida. Looking forward to that one. I've never been to Florida. And that's all I have so far. Turn it back on here. Hello, turn it back on here. Did I hold it down? What's going on? There we go. I put it to sleep. You have an option to just tap it to put things to sleep, but I think the last time I held it down too long, I didn't put it to sleep. I made it go unconscious. Play cart. Error. Still. What? Insane. Let's try reflowing the solder points. We haven't done that in a while. So with a hot soldering iron, all I'm really doing is just touching each of these points, just the silver points. I'm not going to scratch it up and down to hit them all at once. I'm just going to touch one, move on to the next one as quickly, not quickly, but as carefully. Don't take your time on this. No need to rush it. I'll do what I can. I'm just going to do each one just in case. And you can kind of feel it melt as soon as you touch it. And you know what? Here, why am I doing this? I should... have it outside of the plastic shell there, just in case. All right. And you can literally just kind of feel it just give. And when I say give, I mean, you know, it just, you know, it was a solid, then it becomes a liquid. As soon as that happens, I just let go. That's all it is. I already did these, I'll do it again. And I'm going to do this side now, because I'm going to flip it upside down. Do the other side next. This one I'm not quite feeling that give I was just talking about. There we go. Missed one. There we go. So, this is the tedious part, but while you're here, it's not the end of the world, you know. It's just something to do. And if the game's already not working, I mean, you know, may as well give it a shot, just in case. Because you never know what's going to come next. You know, maybe it's like your favorite game ever, or someone's favorite game ever. I've always kind of said every game is someone's favorite game of all time. For their own nostalgia, and for their own any purpose. And if you're like, what is this? Why are you even bothering this? Well, I've kind of heard in the past, and it was a tip I picked up from someone else, really, when I started doing this series, is like, even just by doing this, sometimes like the solder points get cold and basically unresponsive in a way, if that makes sense. So in doing this, you're just like, oh, yeah. Just kind of wake it up a little bit. I don't think dust gets into the layers or anything like that, but one more right there. Cool. And while that's happening, let's go ahead and pop this back in, just like such. And we'll put the lid back on too, or the this guy here, just like such. And I don't have to screw it back into place. I can just pop this in just like that. All right, now, tell me something good. Come on, Rufus. Play the cartridge. Hey! Good news! I love to see it. I love to see it. If you didn't think I was going to make it, or maybe if you did, you got to subscribe now. You have to subscribe. Because I got it working, man. Even surprised myself. I was like, this ain't going to work. Like, thinking to myself, and I hate to be, I hate to be whatever about it. I was like, this ain't going to work. It never, I mean, it's worked before, though. And then, unfortunately, you don't get a better game out of it. But I will say that this Game Boy version is better than the NES version. So there you go. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with me while I did another open cart surgery. I do accept donations if you have any games that don't work and maybe want to see them come up on a video. I don't always do them on video, but the ones I do, I'll turn them into a video, and then if I get them working again, I usually give them away on Whatnot, like during one of my Whatnot streams as a free giveaway kind of thing. So, very cool. And like I said, thank you for watching. And how'd I get turned around here? How'd that happen? Oh, there we go. Do I just double tap? It's been a while since I played this.